Hello and welcome to our podcast, The Audacity of Adulting. I'm your host, Jaira.
And I'm your host, Lynn.
And today we'll be talking about is if college is relevant and to go or not go to college.
Yup. And as always, we are going to be sipping on something good. And today we are drinking Somersby blackberry flavored cider. It is made in Canada and it is refreshingly crisp. This one's the blackberry flavor, of course. And apparently, Jaira was reading the bottle and it says it's made out of 100% Canadian apples. Yum. I think I've had this one time and I remember it being real good, so I want to try it again. Here's some ASMR. Nice.
Ooh, it's a pretty color.
Cheers.
Cheers. It smells fruity.
Yummy.
Ooh, it tastes like juice.
Yeah, it does. I like it.
Adult juice.
I remember I went to the liquor store, I think last summer, and I basically went up to one of the workers or like the salespeople, and I was like, hey, recommend me something that tastes good. And then they gave me one of these, and I had it. I really liked it. And I forgot the label. So then when I went to the liquor store, I was looking for it, and I was like, oh, this could be it. This might not be it, but definitely the same thing I drank from last summer. Do you like it?
Yeah, I really like it. Like I said, adult juice.
As always, we feature a new drink, whether it be alcoholic or non-alcoholic, every podcast episode. So if you guys want us to try anything, let us know in the comments below, or even send us a DM on any of our social media platforms, because we love to try new drinks and we want to hear your recommendations. But yeah, so today we're going to be talking about if college is relevant and to go or not to go. This information is coming from two girls that did go to college, just a disclaimer. But we do have different views since going and since seeing everything in the media and everything through our family and friends and their decisions to go or not go. So we thought we'd just share what we think about it, as well as we see as a general trend in today's society and what we feel is going to be moving forward. So I think in general, no matter what culture you're a part of or that you have, college has always been the goal in a way. So after high school, kids are expected to go to school again and go to college, because if you don't go to college, you won't find a stable job and you won't live like a
You won't be able
decent
to
life.
work and do all this stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And like you need money and you need that stability to live a decent life. And if you don't go to college, you'll end up with a minimum wage job, an entry level, maybe in the service industry.
Which isn't all that bad. But
yeah, it's not bad, but that's just kind of the standard, and that's the way people are kind of putting it down. And they think that you're lesser if you don't go to college. We find that more and more people are dropping out these days, though, regardless of that, and in general, just opting out of college as a whole. So instead of, that one-way mindset where you're like, no brainer after college or after high school, I'm going to go to college, people are saying, you know what? College is not needed. I'm just going to do something else and find my own path. Some people are traveling. Some people are trying out different careers. Some people are working in the service industry and building their way up there, and someone's getting into management. And a lot of jobs now are also opting out for that college degree, and more people are getting hired from entry-level positions and
experience.
Yeah, and like building up from there. Some companies also pay for experience. Some people pay for school, and you can like take extra courses or extra schooling through your job. So
their company
and
policies.
that's what lets you have the promotion or whatever. So that's what we feel is kind of going around in the media. And I guess we're going to share our personal thoughts on it, because I think we have a lot to say between the both of us. We've talked about this often just in like our personal conversations, as well as, planned the podcast episode for a few weeks now. So why don't you start us off, Jaira?
Yeah, I do want to bring up, there's this article that I read. We'll link that down in the description on YouTube. But 42% of Americans have a college degree. And I think that says a lot. That's pretty low for, America. But I do see that more and more people, are dropping out. They're trying to find their own ways to get some sort of income, like whether that be entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And they're just finding their own ways to make income with doing something they love. For example, doing YouTube and like traveling and trying to get income through that, or making a small business, selling things, which is something that you can relate to. I mean, personally, I've gone to college, community college. I've taken a few classes. I didn't really have a actual educational path, or like, what's it called? Like,
Career path.
yeah, like,
Yeah.
because I was just taking college classes, and I took like psychology, business classes, things like that. And I wouldn't say that it was a waste of money, because I did learn a lot, but I could have like done something else with the money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even though I didn't go to a university, I did go to community college, it still was helpful. I mean, it led me to where I am today. I did take a web development course and got my certificate in that through UW. But education itself is important to keep you learning, and it gives you the knowledge that you need, and it's good to stay learning.
UW is University of Washington?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry,
I was
University
like-
of Washington.
No, I was thinking dub, like D, and it's like University
No,
of
yeah.
what? Okay.
Yeah, but college is important, and it is relevant whether you take a class and just learn from that class, or take it as a course that you want.
Yeah, and actually I was listening to you talk just a minute ago, and college is just too expensive,
Yeah.
right? Like Jaira was saying, even though she doesn't regret the courses that she took, because, obviously everything that we do kind of shapes us into the person we are today, and our experience and education all combined together. But that's what's really killer. It's like, do I spend X amount of money? And, there are a lot of Canadians and Americans who are in hundreds and thousands of dollars of debt. Or do I make other experiences, travel, and, do whatever else with the money, and just like not go to college, because I could just learn things online instead of me having to sit in a class every day for 4 years, right, to get a bachelor's. And it's just, I'll spend the next few years after college graduating in a new stable or 9-to-5 job, and I'm still paying off my debt.
Yeah.
So it's like, I understand where it's a struggle for a lot of kids now. I mean, I feel like a lot of millennials who are like around our age, or, a little bit older into their 30s, they are in a lot of school debt, because that was the only way to go at that point. Not a lot of people could just say, hey, I don't want to go to college, right? Our parents at the time would just see that as like a one-way thing. Like, you had to go to college. What do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what else you do. You just have to go to college. So I think that's a struggle. But for me in general, so I've never been book smart at all. I pretty much just went through elementary and high school, having fun. I made a lot of friends. I joined a lot of clubs. I was part of a lot of things. And that's where I put my focus on, a lot of networking and a lot of different experiences rather than schooling itself. So my grades were literally at like a C or D level for most of my high school. So when I did graduate high school, I literally pretty much just passed with 50%. And at the time after college, my parents were like shoving down my throat that I should be a nurse or I should be in the medical field. So I thought, okay, I guess I'll do it. Like, they say it's really good money. So since my grade was so low in high school, I had to go to adult school and basically upgrade my English, math, science, and like all the academic important subjects that you need to get into like nursing school or like community college, and like, progress from there. And I did that. And then I realized, like, wait, I don't really like nursing. What am I doing? Like, it's just not for me, right? And I was just so focused on listening to my parents. But, you know, at the same time, I was a manager at McDonald's and I really enjoyed being a manager. I really liked the business side of things. So then I thought, you know what, maybe I should just try and take business. So I told my parents this. And luckily, they weren't that hard on me. Like, they did say, like, oh, you know, nursing will make you a lot of money. Like, but if that's what you want, then that's what you want. Take business. It's also a very good skill to have. So after I upgraded my courses, I took about a 2-year break. I went into BCIT, which is the British Columbia Institute of Technology. My school is very much known for employment rates. My school has like the highest rates of employment after college or after graduating. So it's a very, very tough school. They're basically an accelerated program. I took that. I registered in the business school and I focused on tourism marketing. And I realized how much I loved it. And I just thought, well, if I like making the decision to know what you want to do for the rest of your life after high school is such a big decision. So I'm so glad I took the 2 years, even though I still was going to school. It wasn't like full on college. But looking back on it now, everything that I learned in marketing and business can very easily be found online with a simple question.
Yeah.
But the thing that sets it aside, so, you know, also another disclaimer, I am pro college. When I have kids, I do want them to go to college as well, is that it is such a milestone and is such an achievement for somebody to make it through college.
Yeah.
It's a tough, like 2 to 6 to whatever years of going to school. You've got to keep up a routine. You've got to balance pretty much like sleep. All your schoolwork, going to classes, sometimes a part-time job, all your projects, assignments, your group work, and just having that personality to push through and complete a bachelor's degree or a diploma or, you know, a certificate or whatever. It just takes a very strong person. And for me, if I had my business, I would very much take school into consideration because of that fact.
Yeah.
You know, like looking back, I don't even know how I did it, but I did it and I'm so proud that I did it.
Yeah, and that's a really big accomplishment too.
Yeah.
Like you feel like, wow, I did that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I put in the work. I did this for 5 years. And the thing is, it's delayed gratification, right? So you are getting good grades. So I guess you do get a bit of a reward, but you're not getting paid for it. You're honestly paying for it.
Yeah.
You're paying to go to school and work really, really hard. I feel like a lot of like younger people right now, they like want to see results instantly. It's like they don't want to work for it anymore. They just want to see the results. So I still feel like I'm still pro college. I learned a lot. My best friends till now, I all met in college. And I don't know. I just feel like I built a lot of experience. The only downside is obviously the cost. The cost will always be the downside.
Yeah, and I want to bring it back to, like you said, a lot of things are online now. So I feel like that's part of the reason why people are dropping out, because they're learning how to do things online. You can find your own resources and do it on your own time rather than paying to go to college and try to learn all this stuff. And also it's the networking, like you said. That's a great way to find a job and connect with people. Exactly. So you can find your job through that.
Yeah. I feel like it takes a certain person to learn all this on their own too. Not everybody can just be like, wow, I'm going to learn a new hobby. I'm going to go online and do it all. Like they might start like a few courses, but it doesn't mean they're going to finish it because nothing can hold you accountable but yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas in college, you really got no choice. I mean, you still have yourself to be holding yourself accountable.
Yeah, but they set due dates and deadlines for you.
Exactly. There's due dates. You have partner work. Your professors are marking your stuff. So I feel like because of the routine and just, you know, you've already been in high school, you've been doing the thing for, you know, 5 or 4 years, depending on if you're in Canada or America. And then going to college just makes sense. I do believe in taking a bit of a break, though. I think it's always nice to just have a fresh mindset instead of going into something burnt out already. Yeah. But again, I think it's based on you too. Like if you feel like taking a year will make you lazy to go back to school, then you definitely should just go straight, maybe lessen your course load, maybe take like a course or two, but still continue to go, like kind of like what I did. But yeah, for me, I'm still very much pro college. I would love to see all my nieces and nephews too go to college. I think just the whole experience has just shaped me into who I am. I'm so, so proud that I went to college and I finished and I have something to hang up, like an achievement. And yeah, like I don't regret it. And honestly, if looking back as an adult now, I wish I could go back to school.
Yeah, okay. I just want to say something because I feel the same way. I want to have that freedom because that time after high school, you do have freedom. Like you're still going to school, but you have more time.
Yeah.
Like now I'm working. I have to work 40 hours.
Yeah,
I have the set schedule, but
yeah, you
I
gotta
miss
like
those
save
times.
money. You got to pay bills. It's
Adulting.
adulting. Yep. And it was just, I don't know. It was so fun to be in college. I could like hang out with friends on Friday night, and like every time after exams, everybody would go to the bar. Like it was just, I don't know. For me, it was just a fun time. And I very much encourage it. I hope that my future kids will love college too. And yeah, I'm very much pro college. I know that other people are not, but I am.
Yeah, I am pro college too. It's really important to get that education and have that knowledge. And it was just a really fun experience. I mean, I didn't really make friends in college, but the learning aspect and going to school, I really liked that, and the freedom, the
Like the
time
routine,
I had.
yeah.
The routine, and I was still like able to sleep in most of the time.
Yeah.
And I want to bring up that I did take a year break after high school. I just worked and did whatever I wanted to, and then I went back to school, got in the flow of the things again. Yeah, you don't have to go to a university because a lot of my friends in high school, they started getting acceptance letters, and meanwhile, I kind of just sat there and I was just like, oh, maybe I'll just go to community college. So I wasn't that person to like sign up for university and stuff, but some college and like community college is really important. So I would enforce that as well on my kids.
I mean, I think that's the thing too, right? I think it doesn't matter what you do. It could be like a certification. It could be, you know, whatever trades, like that's fine too. Anything is okay. But I just think the going to school aspect or like finishing something in college is just so important, and I think it's just so valuable. You can literally do like a hairstyling certificate or even a media like certification, or you know, electrician or plumber, like literally anything. It doesn't have to be an academic based, you know, doctor or lawyer or like any of those. It could be something quick, but just having something under your belt that you've finished, that you've done partner and group work with, that you've done exams with, and you know, all of that stuff. It just makes a whole lot of difference, I feel, in a person. Like you could really tell how it's impacted them too, for the good or bad. And yeah, I'm totally pro going to post-secondary.
Yeah, and it's ultimately what will make you happy, like you said, with the hairstylist. You can go to school for that.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to be a nurse or a doctor or anything, but just something that will get you some sort of income, because obviously we do all have to work and try to figure that out. But just do whatever makes you happy.
Yeah. And to, I guess, quickly tie this all in, I think for trends, I feel that are upcoming, I honestly think people are going to keep dropping out. I know that, like, it sucks to know that kids are not going to school anymore and they're just doing whatever they want after, which I guess it's good and bad, but I don't know. I guess I'm a little bit of a traditional person too in some ways, and I really like having that pathway of going from high school to college, and I feel like kids are not wanting to go to college anymore, and they just find that you can do online things. Like a lot of people, you know, are being content creators and finding other ways to make money, which is fine too. But
NFTs is also a big thing in the Gen Z era.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I still have no idea. And crypto too,
I
but
have no idea anything about
it's,
crypto.
yeah, it's another source of income, and it's something that they're more focused on, which is really cool because it's, it does make you a lot of money,
Yeah.
but at the same time, get that education.
Yeah, exactly. But I do feel like there's gonna be a drop. I mean, I heard that my school too, they're like trying to they're trying so hard to get in more intakes for I think the fall semester and or fall of this year, and apparently they're struggling. And I see that in a lot of colleges too. It's like they have so many like signs and they do so many marketing to get people in school, but I don't know. A lot of people are just not interested anymore, and I think it's mostly on cost. So I hope that something can be done about that so that people can continue to go to school and try new career paths. What about you?
Yeah, it's hard to say. Like, I want people to go to college, and continue to learn, because the more you know, the better, So it's, yeah, mainly just the cost, and people don't want to pay a lot of money for something they can learn online. But then again, it's also the experience. So, yeah, that's just my message to people. Stay in school.
Yeah,
Get educated.
Go to school, try out school, take a certification if you're not sure, and if maybe you're thinking about school but not entirely sure. Like that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna take event planning, and it was like a 6-month certification before I got into marketing. But then I decided, you know what, I really like marketing, so then I actually decided on it. But I mean, there are always those courses that you can do 6 months of, or 9 months, or Jaira's certification took how many months? Like 6?
Like 6.
Yeah, she
I want
took
to say 6 months. Yeah.
she took website designer.
Web development.
Yeah, web development course, and it took about 6 months, and it just puts you in a step to like try out new things. You know what I mean? So that's always okay too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Go to school.
Yeah.
Try out school. It's fun.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. If you're on Spotify or Anchor, and watching if you're on YouTube, follow us on all our social media down below. Make sure to hit that comment, and subscribe.
Ding.
And that notification button. So thank you, and stay tuned for our next episode. Cheers to college and education.
Cheers to college and education. Bye, guys.
Yeah, yo.